All right, our pink Protoss, the not-so-newcomer. He did just win a game, but it's KuDoKu. He is in the bottom right of Entombed Valley, facing off against the newest of newcomers. It's TAC.Nairi, the red Terran, up in the top left. We do have cross spawns here. Hi, GLHFGG, your team is kind.
Period.
Period.
Yes.
End of statement.
That's right.
Your team is
That's
kind.
Right.
And TAC.Nairi says, I know. I imagine if TAC.Nairi's team was unkind, he wouldn't enjoy playing for them very much.
That's I don't know. There are those fellers out there that enjoy a good old dose of BM with their team.
Root.
So,
sorry, what? Oh, I wasn't.
Sorry, you had something caught in your throat. I don't know, but anyway.
Yeah. Oh, do you now? Well, I'm so confused. See, this would be fine if KuDoKu was like 6-pooling or something, but he's Protoss. Like sometimes you chat up your opponent a lot if you're proxying or something like that, but. Right now, KuDoKu is just generally making like 4-eyed smiley faces. And
yeah, that was weird, but that's okay.
Not a usual one.
Well, TAC.Nairi following in the footsteps of Rebecca. Rebecca, of course, going for some pretty ridiculous all-ins the past couple of games. And this is going to be, what kind of a bear can we call this?
Don't worry about it.
It's we're going to term it a TAC.Nairi Rax because a Maka Rax would be behind the natural. This is a TAC.Nairi Rax. It's behind the third.
So TAC.Nairi actually had to send an SCV all the way around and back up the ramp just to get started on that barracks. I can't imagine that's like time efficient.
And it's not any closer. It is going to be hidden.
It is. It'll be hidden.
Yes.
But why? Like, you don't need to hide it. You could have built it at the top of your ramp and had the same speed.
That's not as fun.
That's kind of ridiculous. So TAC.Nairi showing us, opening our eyes to this strategy. KuDoKu scouted that top right position first, but soon he'll get over there. Probably going to check the natural, not the third, unless this SCV pops out right in front of him.
Let's see. They cross paths.
Interesting. So
all right.
KuDoKu has not like selected this SCV or changed path at all, so it's possible.
They are very close.
Oh, they're close. All right. But finally, KuDoKu does select his probe and start to move around a little bit. I'm really just curious if he's going to try to sneak back over there to that third area after seeing the SCV pop out right in his face.
Well, this is weird. TAC.Nairi does have enough for an expansion. Who so desires. Hasn't popped one out yet. Oh, there's 2 SCVs going off to the right.
Marines are starting to come out of that first barracks. Oh, God, I thought it might have been trapped for a second. And so this is interesting. He's building the barracks in a weird spot so that he can build his command center in a weird spot.
Correct.
And have some defense there in case KuDoKu for some reason decided to look that way.
And this is an interesting opening from KuDoKu as well. Second barracks coming down, second gateway coming down, and he didn't have his natural block this go around like he did last time, so no real reason to have not expanded yet, but we'll find out what he's going to be up to here in a bit. TAC.Nairi putting down a bunker at the front.
Well, what would you do if you scouted your opponent and he had no barracks anywhere or command center building?
True.
I mean, he's already got to be scratching his head. Has not seen a barracks, has not seen a command center building, and now sees Marines. So he knows that Marines are being built somewhere. He just has no idea where this barracks is.
Well, this is random. It's just kind of a weird, atypical game. Don't usually see stuff like this. And TAC.Nairi actually going after double gas now. We'll see if this ends up becoming a factory right away. Something else is going to pop out. We do have a pylon up at the front. That probe is actually just going to sneak on by.
It's really interesting so far how KuDoKu is responding to all this. So he does see the barracks now, has to assume that it floated back home from somewhere, and you know, just not even going to take any chances. Just go with the 4-gate. You're like, okay, he hasn't expanded as far as I know. I only see a couple of Marines here. I'm just going to try to power through it, because if he's doing weird sneaky stuff, then generally the safe solid stuff is going to win out. And he does have that pylon there available for warp-ins. I'm sure TAC.Nairi is going to kill this off and not think to look down there. I know I wouldn't.
So, with that second pylon down there, what can happen is he can take a couple of units from this warp-in, run around the front, and then as soon as all the forces get pulled to go ahead and defend that, he can run the stalkers right up through the middle of the map. And that orbital command not actually just going to sit there.
Why?
He's going to float over here, wants to make sure he's safe and doesn't die, I guess, to the stalkers that were out on the map.
So it looks like his initial plan was not thought out beyond the build command center phase. because after the command center was finished, he just brought everything right back over. He could have built that command center in his base and been equally safe. He could have built that barracks on top of his ramp, perhaps even got Marines out faster.
He's only 29 supply at the 7-minute mark.
Yeah, this is a lot of Stalkers coming up to attack 5 Marines, even if they are safe inside some bunkers.
Or outside of them.
Yeah, or outside the bunkers. But how many Stalkers is that? 9 Stalkers against only 4 SCVs, or sorry, excuse me, Marines, and they're all dead. More Warpins are coming along.
Okay, this is not a good situation for Nairi at all. Looks like the supply depot is going to go down. The Stalkers are just going to be able to crash on through, and the SCVs are going to die momentarily.
Well, at least Nairi had the guts to represent Tactical Carnage in the IPTL Amateur Division, so got some screen time there. You know, nice attempt. Didn't quite work out with the secret sneaky build, and there's the GG.